is the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee.
The Kancamagus Highway has been called New England's most scenic drive. It's a 32-mile road that runs right through the heart of the White Mountains, from Lincoln, New Hampshire to Conway. Named after an Indian chief known as the Fearless One, it offers views of soaring mountains and swift rivers.
I've been trying to write about fall for like 4 decades. It's New England's Mardi Gras. This is our 2 or 3 week period where the whole world says this is no place like this.
Joining me today is Yankee Magazine editor Mel Allen, who's going to show me why this highway is a must-see destination on any New England foliage trip.
I get excited to bring people just to look at the awe in their eyes. There are many people who are from the Midwest or from the South or from the West, and they have many beautiful scenes, but they don't have the fall colors like we have here in New England. So Richard, right now, we're just really starting what's considered one of the most beautiful scenic foliage drives in America. Everyone here calls it the Kanc, but its real name is the Kancamagus, named for an Indian chief from the 17th century. It's 34 miles. It was kind of built during the Depression, you know, the Conservation Corps, and it's only been paved since the 1960s. You're going to see no stores, there's going to be no food, there's going to be no gas stations. It's simply a road cut through the mountains, and it's foliage all around. We're cutting right through the White Mountain National Forest now. This is like 800,000 acres of national forest. You're not on this road necessarily to get somewhere.
Especially at night, I suppose.
It's an experience. Well, nighttime can be a little bit hazardous. You know what the most dangerous animal in New England is?
Moose?
You're correct. You know why? Their hide does not reflect light.
Yeah.
So you don't see them until you're almost right on top of them. And so I think there's something like 250 moose collisions just in New Hampshire. Just in New Hampshire.
That's terrible. Wow, look at this. This has got to be a fake backdrop.
No, this is why people come on this road, because 34 miles, it could take them 3 hours because they just want to pull over and look.
I know Yankee Magazine picked this particular highway as the best fall foliage drive, and there's a lot of roads in New England. How did they come upon this one?
One thing about this drive is there's no distractions except color. A lot of the beautiful roads, but then you have stores and you have shops and you have restaurants and so on. There's nothing here but scenery. This is the scenery road.
Poets could write about fall foliage, artists can paint it, but it's hard to really pinpoint what it is that so strongly draws us to it.
You're getting very philosophical on me, Richard, but I think it has to do, people know that it's fleeting. It's not here. You can't just come any day of the week, any month of the year. You're here for a short time. You could even say it's a microcosm of life. It's like a little love affair with nature. You know, it's a blistering first blush of love, and you don't ever want it to go away, but 3 weeks later it's gone. So as beautiful as this is, Richard, I think there's some even more beautiful places up ahead, so I want to take you to see it.
Absolutely,
right.
Let's go.
I always say the Kanc rhymes with bank because it's a $3 billion industry, foliage, in New England. Just on this highway alone, it's 775,000 cars come every year. Well, there are people who come and they actually will call us at Yankee and they'll say, when will the peak foliage day be? And they actually think it's like a set time, like a schedule, like catching a train. And we always tell them the same thing, that it's not like a wild animal that you can corral. But generally speaking, nature has a timetable. It always goes from the north to the south, and it goes from high elevations to lower elevations. But if you're trying to time your vacation just to peak, you're kind of maybe missing some of the reason that you come up here for fall. It's not just driving and looking, what I call being a hit-and-run leaf peeper. It's getting out and it's walking, and it's having a picnic, it's going to apple orchards, it's going to farm stands, it's taking some leaves back and preserving them. There's so much more to fall foliage in New England than just the leaves, but the leaves are pretty cool.
Pretty light.
What's this area called?
Richard, this is Rocky Gorge, and you're going to see from all the cars here, and a tour bus just went by. This is what people come here for. They see the leaves, but they also want to get out of the car, and they want to see something beautiful.
I mean, the great thing is it's so accessible too.
What I love, so if you have a picnic, you can come on a rock, you be in the sun, you can easily spend an hour just like you're on a beach somewhere. This is actually, when you say Rocky Gorge, this is the gorge. You're seeing it in about as pretty a moment as you can have it.
I mean, that way's gorgeous. Look at that way with the light.
Oh, you see all the reflection.
Yeah. I find it amazing that we're driving tens of miles along here and I don't see big road signs.
No, I don't know of any road in New England where there is no signs, except for maybe a campground or a hiking sign. There's no stores, there's no restaurants, there's no gas stations. You are basically on a road that's like a trail. It's a trail for cars. When we had our 75th anniversary issue, that was our cover. That is New England.
I think when you think of fall foliage, probably the most iconic is the maple leaf.
The maple leaf can go red, it can go yellow, it can go vermilion. It has like many different shades. This color was there all along, but chlorophyll, which the trees need to kind of stay alive, is green and it covers it up and you can't see those colors. But when the chlorophyll stops because of cold nights, lack of sunlight, the color comes back. It's like magic.
You know, it's funny, as a kid, you'd take these leaves and you'd put wax and an iron over it, and then you'd sort of save them in a book.
Save them forever.
I'd like to think I saved it forever, but I think my mother at some point did throw these things away, like most mothers.
Well, this little maple leaf, if you want to take it home for your kids, it's okay with me.
Thank you so much for bringing me on this. I think that, you know, we take highways or roads to get to a place, but it's really refreshing to see when that is the destination.
I'm going to give you my one best piece of advice if you come back, which is simply get lost, but carry a good map.